Fala, Knicks Fans, beleza? Eu sou o Victor Hatba aqui do canal Knicks Fans Brasil. Hoje eu tô vindo aqui desejar um feliz Dia das Mães, né, para todas as mães de vocês, né, que acompanham meu canal, né, desejar tudo de bom para elas, que seja um dia muito especial e olha, valorizem a mãe de vocês, né? Esse é o meu segundo Dia das Mães. Quem me conhece sabe o quanto essa data é uma data difícil para mim, né? Até o canal, a origem do canal Knicks Fans veio disso, né? Da depressão que eu vim depois do falecimento da minha mãe em 2019. Ela foi uma pessoa incrível. Sempre que eu puder homenagear ela em qualquer situação que eu faça na minha vida, eu vou homenagear. E estou homenageando aqui no canal, que esse canal começou exatamente para ser um processo de luta, né, contra a depressão e a ansiedade. E graças a Deus o canal está ajudando, né? Tenho conhecido pessoas incríveis também, feito amizade com muita gente. E tenho certeza que ela está lá em cima orgulhosa de mim. Tenho certeza disso. Então, pessoal, aproveita muito bem esse dia aí com a mãe de vocês, sabe? Tipo, valoriza. Que olha, mãe é a coisa mais importante desse mundo e, sério, eu sinto falta da minha todos os dias e parece que a gente fica mais sozinho no mundo, né? A gente se sente sozinho. Então, aproveitem de verdade a mãe de vocês, aproveitem de verdade o quanto tempo ela puder ficar nesse mundo com vocês, tá? E aqui fica a minha homenagem à minha mãe. Mãe, onde você estiver. Saiba que eu te amo demais, tá? E sempre, sempre, sempre eu vou te amar. E é isso, eu não quero cuidar aqui pra não me emocionar na frente de vocês, né? Cuidar aqui. Beleza? Então fica só um videozinho só de felicitação e de lembrança da minha mãe, que eu acho que é importante mesmo nesse projeto do Knicks Fans. E também porque hoje o Knicks fez um vídeo no YouTube das mães também fazendo um vídeo falando sobre, né, sobre elas e os filhos, né, dos jogadores do New York Knicks, beleza? Em seguida desse vídeo aqui, então fica esse vídeo aqui pra vocês, espero que vocês também gostem, beleza? Abraço, Knicks Fans!
You know, this day that's coming up, Mother's Day, is the most important day in the entire year, especially between mother and son. There is a bond there that can't be explained unless you have a son and realize how that goes and how important all of it is. So congratulations on all the wonderful things that you've done with your son, and the fact that he's playing in the NBA is just a wonderful thing. You know, but going back to it, you know, somebody has to be around to sort of bring him through all that.
Being a mom that played at Morgan State University, shout out to the HBCU, go Bears.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did. I coached his rec teams. That was a complete pleasure. You know, some moms are the mom that carries the water and the snacks, but I got to be the mom that was, you know, working with the kids out on the court and going into the practices and helping them, you know, fine-tune their skills and learn the fundamentals, you know? So that was just a joy.
So my goal was to get my children to college. That was it. And basketball was that avenue. And he was great at basketball, but he wasn't great in the classroom. So that year of prep school, he matured. He knew what he wanted. He was able to see what his body was capable of. So he set his mind to it. And I said, Mom, I need your help when it comes to schoolwork, but I want to do what I have to do because I'm going to the NBA.
You're an athlete yourself, right?
Yes, yes. I was never as good as Julius. You know, actually, when I started playing basketball, I was kind of like tripping over lint. And tallest player on the team, and when I got to high school I was not going to play, and the coach saw me and he was like, why aren't you playing basketball? And I'm like, I don't want anybody laughing at me. And he was like, I promise I'll work with you really hard. So he had to talk my parents into it, and he kept his word. he worked with me really hard, and I listened, and I ended up making varsity my sophomore year. And then when I graduated, I was the only one getting a scholarship.
You talked about the confidence, and yes, it begins at home. We play a lot of board games, and one of RJ's favorite board game is Uno. So he takes it so seriously that he went and bought a trophy and ribbons for first place, second place, and third place. But in it, it's so competitive because we're competing, we're laughing. RJ loved to laugh. We'll laugh all the time, but it's serious at the same time because we're competing to win. So in that, from he was growing up, we would play board games, and he just loves it. So till today, he's in the NBA. When he's off, to relax, they'll play games and laugh. And so it's competition started from the home, and having a lot of athletes, like his dad played basketball and I ran track, as you mentioned. It's just, it's always been something in the home that we developed, so.
When you watch him play, does it ever take you back to the time where you used to take him out and just wear him out? You were 6'2", he was little. You said you used to bounce him around and he'd get all mad and jump up. Think about those things?
Yes. When he was a small kid, shorter than me, I was able to beat up on him, but his kids his age, he was taller than them. So when I started him playing in kindergarten, I knew he couldn't play at his level, his age level, because he was just beating up on kids and not being able to get to that next level. So I always played him up, but I would take him to the gym with his best friend, and I'm throwing hook shots and I'm knocking him down, and but it was to teach him, that this is gonna happen, accept the contact and keep going. And he would get so mad. And one day we were at the red playing, and we were beating him and his friend, and I threw the ball to his sister, and he went over to her and he blocked her shot and he just knocked her down. He's breathing all hard. Julius, what is wrong with you? This your sister. He's like, I don't like to lose. Okay, then you go figure out what you need to do to be able to win.
When he was 6 years old, my husband played professional basketball, and so he would play against the older boys. And for me, the first time I saw him play against the older boys, he was dominating. And I said, wow, he's really taking this game serious.
Well, I think he was confident when he first started playing.
Yeah.
Like, he was 4 years old, sneaking in the 5 and 6 year old team, playing in games, and he was making baskets on regular rims, and he had the confidence that was like, this kid's pretty good.
Yeah, I've always thought that the major things that you learn in sports are the things that help you in your life. And that's how to pick yourself off the floor, how to keep staying at it, to stick with it, to have that never say die attitude, and nobody else can tell you more than what you know inside your heart. And when you learn those lessons, they work for you for the rest of your life. Even when you stop playing basketball, there's still gonna be ups and downs, but you learn how to get through them and get on to the next one.
Well, failure just makes you, in order to be successful, you have to fail.
Yes.
So when you don't excel in something at first, you try again, and you keep trying until you attain it. And for us, we go to prayer. We pray a lot. And so whenever he's going through something, I say, son, pray, So he knew, because we're a family of faith, and he knew this is, all I have to do is just pray and keep moving. Because if I keep moving one step at a time, I'm gonna get to my destination. So he knew failure is just part of your journey.
Absolutely. You know, the lessons that we learn, the lessons that I've tried to instill in him, you know, be grounded in your faith. Don't let anyone steal your confidence. You have to be your own cheerleader, you know? So knowing some of those things and embracing some of those lessons just allows us to see the manifestation and the fruit of what he believes about himself.
Exactly. You know, I didn't have it at first in basketball, and he still wanted to go there. He wanted to give New York back. That
take away what is for you. So learn to celebrate others.
What kind of mom are you watching the games? Are you intense? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you confident? You know, how do you feel sitting there?
I would say mostly
experience all of his dream with him. I couldn't have planned this any better.
You not only have a wonderful basketball player, but a wonderful person.
Thank you so much. Just to hear you talk about RJ in that way, it's it just sums up who he is, and just when you love and support your children in their life and what they choose to do in life, it is it's a joy, pure joy, hearing the things that they do when you're not around.
Yes, I'm so proud of him. I couldn't be more proud of my son. You know, when you have a kid, you never know how they're going to turn out. And I'm glad he listened, and he turned out to be this wonderful man, and, you know, accomplishing his dreams. And I could talk about basketball, Julius, all day long, but it doesn't compare to the type of father that he is. That'll carry him far than what basketball will, because I don't remember how his dad was with him. People, as time go on, will forget basketball stuff, but your family will never get how you make them feel.
Well, let me be the first. I probably won't be the first to say Happy Mother's Day, but so glad to meet you and so glad to have this conversation. And boy, the sky's the limit.